Less than 2 weeks after Najibullah Zazi took off on that surprise road trip to New York, he was on his way back to that city, but this time in the custody of the FBI. After 3 days of interviews with agents here in Denver, the then 24-year-old went from trying to convince the world and investigators of his innocence to ultimately admitting he is a terrorist.
On day one of the interviews, he had no idea that we knew anything at all. He quickly realized that that wasn't the case.
FBI Special Agent Eric Jurgensen knows Zazi better than anyone in the Bureau. Who is Najibullah Zazi?
Najibullah Zazi is an individual who was born in the Northwest Frontier Province in Pakistan. He was primarily raised in Peshawar, Pakistan. And in 1999, he came to the United States, New York City specifically. He attended high school in Queens. He played basketball. He enjoyed the New York Mets, the New York Giants football team.
On the night Zazi was arrested in Aurora, it was Jurgensen who removed him from the apartment in handcuffs.
This is a guy who is likable. He's friendly. He's a little bit introverted, intelligent. I think when he arrived here to the United States, his intentions were true. He wanted to come here and make a life for himself.
Jurgensen believed for a time Zazi was chasing the proverbial American dream. He owned and operated a coffee cart near Wall Street. In Denver, he worked as a shuttle bus driver, working overtime, saving money to move his family from Pakistan to the United States. In 2009, having racked up more than $50,000 in debt, Zazi filed for bankruptcy.
I think generally he felt that he was a failure in life. And I think that he wanted to do this to make a statement. His initial plan was to go over to Afghanistan and fight alongside the Taliban. He was incensed by what he thought were unnecessary killing, if you will, of innocent women and children in Afghanistan by American forces. In the end, he's recruited by Al-Qaeda, and a suicide mission is hatched, a suicide mission to be carried out here in the United States.
The plan would mirror the coordinated subway bombings in London and Madrid. Zazi and his co-conspirators planned to detonate explosives carried onto the New York City trains in backpacks.
My strong belief is he would have absolutely carried it out. He was trained, he was committed, he was ready to go. It would have happened.
Has he ever shown any remorse for what he was attempting to do?
Minimal. You would think that somebody would be violent or express hatred. He didn't do that.
For his part in planning and attempting to execute the suicide attack, Najibullah Zazi faces life in prison without the possibility of parole.
He's lost his freedom. He's lost his family. He's lost his wife. Probably in all reality, he's lost the ability to have the children that he always wanted to have.
Is it accurate to say he fully cooperated?
Yes.
How valuable was the information Najibullah Zazi provided to you and the United States?
I would characterize it as pretty high value.
That information, while classified, is vital to the security of the United States, and specifically the FBI.
In my opinion, the biggest mistake that Najibullah Zazi made is he didn't pay enough attention in his bomb-making class.
And that's not the only significant factor leading to Zazi's arrest.
Prior to 9/11, we looked at terrorism investigations as something that we were very proud of. We were proud of the fact that we had solved terrorist attacks, so we had prosecuted people responsible for terrorist attacks. But after 9/11, the director made a commitment to Congress, he made a commitment to the American people that our new job was to prevent terrorist attacks.
It was a fundamental change in the day-to-day operation of the FBI. Simply stop the terrorists before they attack. And Najibullah Zazi unknowingly found himself in the crosshairs of the FBI's new mandate.
The arrest came after Zazi canceled a fourth meeting for questioning with FBI agents.
It's a good message for the American people. You know, here's a terrorist, this is what happens. This is what we do with terrorists.
His role in the plot was done.
It is evidence that we have changed the way we do things since 9/11. It is a cooperative effort.
The cooperative effort Jim Davis is talking about is a unified local investigation including Denver Police, Aurora Police, and the Colorado State Patrol. A change in the way they all do business, an investigative payoff for the country, all a product of the aftermath of 9/11.
This was the first known presence of core al-Qaeda operators here in the United States since 9/11. Is very significant. And I would say it's up to all of us, not just the FBI, but all of us, to make sure that something like 9/11 doesn't happen again.
It's nice to be here and know that, you know, the work that was done by this office truly made a difference and saved American lives.
That's a victory, isn't it?
I would say so.
We prevented a terrorist attack from taking place. That's what the American public expects from us. We were successful.
The message that I'd like people to take from it is that we stopped a terrorist attack. We stopped a significant terrorist attack, the most significant terrorist attack in the United States since 9/11.